from the vault, high atop the pastoral center of the Diocese of Camden, you're listening to Talking Catholic.
Hey guys, this is Talking Catholic. Thanks so much for joining us. I'm Pete Sanchez, and with me is Mike Walsh. Michael, how are you today?
I'm good. We're going to have a whole series of podcasts that we've pre-recorded. So we're post-recording the intros after we've already recorded all these podcasts. So we're very excited about it.
We are. We're
also test driving a new microphone today, so Pete might sound a little different because we gave him a lapel mic. So if you notice any sound differences, that's the reason why.
Well, hopefully I sound better.
We can only hope.
Yes, I know. Pray. We say those novenas, people.
That's right.
We got some cool stuff coming up in a few weeks and a few months. Let's go around the diocese for a bit here, Mike. We keep talking about the Share the Journey to the border. We've had Mary McCusker on. We've had pilgrims who've gone to the U.S.-Mexico border.
We've had Norma Pimentel,
a sister,
who was name-checked by the Pope once, and has met him on numerous occasions for her great work working with immigrants across the border.
Yeah, that was a fantastic podcast.
That really was.
And if you're not sold on going to these pilgrimages, they're still going on to learn more about the complexity of the issues surrounding migration.
And this isn't just for people who naturally necessarily support one side or another regarding the immigration question. This is actually an opportunity for, regardless of what your beliefs are about how the United States is handling this immigration issue at the border, to go down and to learn more. So if you're a person who thinks our immigration system should be more restrictive, you should go down and see what life is like at the border. And if you're the kind of person who thinks it should be less restrictive, go down and see why this is something that that it's a far more nuanced situation than you might be aware of if all you do is watch cable news or read the newspapers. This is an opportunity to go down and learn for yourself what the real issues are by talking to the people. You'll talk to people from all sides. We've had people who have talked to border agents. You'll certainly hear Sister Norma's point of view. You'll talk to locals. You'll talk to immigrants. It's a great, think of it as a great fact-finding mission down to the Texas-Mexico border. So avail yourself of it if you want to know what's really going on at the border.
Yeah. And I think there are sometimes too many people that like to just read. They do watch the news or they go on the internet and they base their ideas only on what they read, when something like this, when they put it in action, when they really see firsthand what's going on in any aspect of life, I think it can open your mind, and it's such a cultural opportunity to work with the migrants, to meet the newly arrived migrants. You'll be working in McAllen, Texas, at the Catholic Charities Humanitarian Respite Center in the Rio Grande Valley. So again, these are ongoing in the diocese here. You'll be led by a leader from the diocese. For more information, go to catholiccharities.org/STJ-pilgrimages.
And just one more promotion for it. I can't remember if it was this past weekend or the week prior, but the gospel was on the Good Samaritan, and what the people who are doing, they're going down and being Good Samaritans. It's If you remember the story of the Good Samaritan, he's something terrible happens to him, and he's roughed up and injured and in distress, and he just needs help. And it doesn't matter what happened. There's a person in need right then and there who needs help, and that is what we as Catholics are doing. We are being the Samaritan, going down and assisting someone who's hurt, not breaking any laws, not advocating for one thing or another, just going down and helping and serving and learning. So I hope if you're interested in something like that you'll avail yourself of this opportunity.
Yeah, I think so. Thanks, Mike.
Sure.
Good words. Good words. Be a good Samaritan. And also on that note, speaking of Catholic Charities, the Disciples of Mercy, they're looking for Disciples of Mercy in the diocese. What is a Disciple of Mercy? It's an individual, group, or ministry in your parish we're talking to our listeners here in the Diocese of Camden, that goes above and beyond in putting Catholic social teaching into action. And these Disciples of Mercy will be honored in October, October 3rd, in Atlantic City at the annual Justice for All dinner. So this is going to be with, they're honoring Cardinal Luis Antonio Tagle, the Archbishop of Manila, the President of Caritas Internationales. And if you don't know the Justice for All Awards dinner, if you haven't had the privilege of going, it's a wonderful time. It honors the Disciples of Mercy. It honors exemplary individuals who are engaged in social justice ministry. So, and Mike, I'm not reading this off the page. I'm just getting a little choked up right now. I'm getting emotional.
Okay.
That's what this is. I cannot wait for this. It annually benefits the work of Catholic Charities, and since its inception in 2004, 15 years ago.
16 years ago. This is the 16th annual.
Oh, 16th annual. Okay, it started 2004. Yeah. So it's raised $1 million, every penny of which has been used to help those individuals in the Diocese of Camden on the margins, those poorest and most vulnerable here in South Jersey.
That's true. It's a great event. It's an enjoyable event. We do our best to make it fun. The food's always great. You hear great stories about the work being done in and around South Jersey. And then this year, we get an international cleric who's done great work as the president of Caritas, the international wing of Catholic Charities, doing great work around the world. And he'll be able to give you some perspective about how what we're doing in South Jersey is very similar to what's being done every place else, and that we as Catholics are good people around the world, around the globe, doing good things. And even though most of us want to do that, quietly, we're not necessarily looking to get any great, get a spotlight out of it. Sometimes it's good to put a little spotlight on people who are deserving, not so much out of vanity, but so that those of us who are in the community can know the great stuff's going on and maybe steal some ideas and emulate it ourselves. I know on a daily basis I can be a better person, and I wish I was working as hard as these people are into improving their communities. So anyway, I hope people will come out. Go to Camden Catholic Charities, camden.org/JFA 2019 to learn more.
Yes. Thanks, Mike. And then this Friday, this is exciting. We've talked about this for a bit. Our friends, the Franciscan Sisters of the Renewal, are presenting the Light the Fire, an evening of Eucharistic adoration and evangelization, starting at 6 o'clock, going to 9:30 at St. Michael Church in Atlantic City. There will be Mass, adoration, music, and confession, and I'm excited for this. I will be there. Teams of us. Now, if you want to stay in the church, that's fine. But if you're so inclined, there will be teams going out on the streets of Atlantic City to invite others to come and light a candle in the church. That is where the evangelization comes in. Mm-hmm. So that will be awesome. And then the night ends with a night prayer and benediction. I'm excited for this. This is going to be, St. Michael Church is beautiful. It is 10 North Mississippi Avenue. Mm-hmm. And so come on out. Again, the CFR sisters, Sister Agnes, Sister Chiara, Sister Ann Cattery, Sister Joseph. They're all wonderful young women doing fantastic work in Atlantic City. And I can't wait to see them again, Mike. Yeah,
I think you're going to have a great time. I was blown away by how wonderful this event was when I went last year. And I'm hoping that you'll get another great turnout from our local Catholics, and that you'll have one heck of an interesting evening. I think we will. And it's a summer, this Friday, August 2nd. So come on out. Just bring, not only, dare I say, not only are we lighting the fire, Mike, we are bringing the fire. Sure. Yes, you are. You absolutely are. That's exactly what you're doing. I think that, and just come on out and share the joy of the faith with the greater community of Atlantic City. God willing, miracles could happen at this. I'm not trying to be hyperbolic here. But I really do think a good miracle, because you don't know what lives you could touch. That's true. Mm-hmm. It's like the Good Samaritan. I mean, we can be Good Samaritans in Atlantic City and Mexico. So I like this vibe, Mike. I like this Good Samaritan vibe we're talking about now on the show. We got a theme here. Okay. I love it. I love it, Mike. You are a Good Samaritan. I'm a Good Samaritan. Hopefully, we hope and pray that God makes our work
we hope and pray that God makes our work a gift for Him to light the way for others.
There you go. I agree. So now talk about drinking.
Drinking. Okay, this is cocktails and appetizers.
Yeah.
This is going to be the Catholic Business Network of South Jersey. Normally they do a breakfast, but this is a new thing they're doing. I don't know if it's the first time. This is going to be next Thursday, August 8th from 5 to 7 p.m. at Riverwinds Restaurant. The bar area, nice enough. Of course, the 1075 Riverwinds Drive in West Deptford. I've been to Riverwinds, Mike.
Sure. It's got a great view of the Philadelphia skyline and Delaware River, and lovely bar area, nice, big, and open, perfect for networking. This is really what this is. It's a networking event for people in the business world to just get together and chat with other Catholic business people. Not necessarily that your business is Catholic, but that you, as a Catholic business person, would like to meet other Catholic business people and just sort of talk about, what new and interesting things are going on at your job. Maybe there are areas where different business people can be of service to each other, and you should have a great night. I'm a fan of evening, afternoon networking events where you can just sort of let your hair down, talk to some folks, have a nice glass of beer, or in my case, little scotch, and just have a nice relaxed conversation. That's all it is. Get an opportunity to be together as Catholic business people.
I would have some rum.
Okay.
Rum is good.
Rum is good.
Little Bacardi rum.
I'm not a rum guy. It's always too sweet for me. I've realized that as I've gotten older, that the sweets just don't do it for me anymore.
Well, fair enough. I'm Cuban heritage, of course, and Bacardi,
naturally,
which is now in Puerto Rico, came from Cuba. So it's got the roots. But this is, again, Thursday, August 8th, 5 to 7. And appetizers, Mike, what's your favorite appetizer? Would you make it? Or you make awesome
I make lots
food.
of stuff. I was actually cooking this past week. It's weird. I'm not a fan of using my fingers to eat with. Just because I don't feel like getting messiness all over my hands, particularly at a networking event like that. But I do like, what do they call it? The little half a potato with potato skins. I love potato skins with a little bacon on them, some chives, and a little cheese. Yeah, that's it. That's my favorite.
It must be the name Michael, because a good friend of mine, Michael, who I've known since kindergarten, his favorite food is potato skins. And his mom makes the best. Mrs. Lipinski, if you are listening, your potato skins are awesome. They are just... And I think about him, and he even he rates the potato skins at different restaurants. We'll go and they are very good. So that's a good choice, Mike.
Thank you. Fairly clean. The skin itself, it's not particularly oily or anything like that. So as a general rule, unlike having wings or something like that, you're not going to get too messy in an event. So it's good. That's I would have to say that is my favorite appetizer.
That is a solid choice, Mike.
And if it's a butlered hors d'oeuvres, then you can't go wrong with pigs in a blanket, beef Wellington. Those are all good, but you don't usually see those on a menu at a restaurant. You know what's good? Bacon wrapped scallops. You can stop there. Bacon wrapped, exactly. Whatever's inside it just gets improved. Now, if we were doing a draft of appetizers right now, would number one be potato skins or bacon wrapped anything? Well, here's the thing. I do approve of bacon wrapped anything, but I'm not a fan of scallops. So bacon wrapped anything with an asterisk for me. But potato skins, mozzarella, fried mozzarella wedges are high up on that list. Anything that's light on vegetables and heavy on fried and meat are usually pretty up for me. See, yeah, well, you were talking veggies. I was going to say the spinach and artichoke dip, which I can't get enough of sometimes. Yeah, see, I have to remind people sometimes that I am just a little country boy, in the sense that I don't do dips. I am so meat and potatoes. Literally, I am meat and potatoes. Good. That's what I am. No, there are, talking about the Spanish food again, I love the empanadas. The Spanish, I told you about the Cuban restaurant that I go to in New York. They have the appetizers. You get the empanadas, the chicken. Oh my gosh. Or the croquetas. Those are those right there. The ham.
So, man, now I want to go back to New York or Houlihan's or wherever TGI Fridays, get some potato skins.
Houlihan's, man, there's a blast from the past.
That is, so come on out again. This is Catholic Business Network. Maybe they'll have potato skins there. This is going to be Thursday, August 8th, 5 to 7 at Riverwinds Restaurant in West Deptford, New Jersey. So come on out. And all these news items and more can be found on CamdenDiocese.org. So check these out. And
so our actual interview for today is sort of a promo for an upcoming event. Well, it is a promo for an upcoming event, but we've dedicated the entire interview to promoting it. As on August 15th, it'll be our Wedding of the Sea in Atlantic City. And Pete and I love going to it. I'm 99.9% sure I'll be there for the fourth straight year, but it's a great event, and we have a great conversation with the three of the architects of the Wedding of the Sea event. Not just the mass, not just the procession to the water, but also to the festival afterwards. It's a great event. There's going to be a ton of great food. So during the interview, we get into all that detail, but. That's August 15th. I think the mass is at noon, Pete, right?
The mass is at noon, followed by the procession and the festival. But we have a good conversation with Becky Woods, Joyce Ruffolo, and Jim Persenda. Mm-hmm. So they were all just wonderful people. And 2 words I had, Mike, you're not going to like this, but the 2 words I'm going to say, and that's all I'm going to say, is Johnny Toss.
Jeez. Pete.
For curiosity's sake, you got to listen to find out what that is.
No, you got to. That's right. And I think that's where we're going to leave it. We'll let people decide on their own what it is that we're talking about. Go search for it. See if you can find it in the podcast.
No, just don't search. Just listen. Just if you're playing this now, just keep it rolling. Don't Google anything. Just Johnny Toss. 2 words.
I would be afraid of what they might find if they were to Google Johnny Toss. So anyway,
just keep listening.
Let's just go right into the interview.
We're here at Our Lady Star of the Sea Church, part of the Parish of Saint Monica, and we're here with Joyce Ruffolo, Jim Persenda, and Becky Woods. How are you all today?
We're doing great. How about yourself?
Doing wonderful. Thanks. How are you, Mike?
Oh, I'm fine as well. Although maybe we want to go around the table so we can actually hear everyone's voice.
Okay.
So you just want to give me your name and title as you
Absolutely. I'm Becky Woods from Brigantine, but a proud parish member here in Atlantic City of the Parish of Saint Monica. And we're happy that Mike and Pete are with us today to talk about the Wedding of the Sea Festival.
We're very excited to be here. This is our favorite event of the year, bar none.
I'm Jim Persenda. I'm part of the ceremony side of the Wedding of the Sea, which actually is the mass at Boardwalk Hall, etc. And I've been a parishioner of St. Michael's and the Parish of Saint Monica now for about 60 years.
Okay.
And I am Joyce Ruffolo. My husband and I are co-chairs for the festival end. So when you're finished at the hall and the surf with Jim, you come back to St. Michael's and we have a party for you.
So maybe we can actually talk about from the very beginning here what this event is. It's not just a simple. So the event actually takes place on the Feast of the Assumption, but that's not the only thing that goes on. So maybe from beginning to end, you guys can explain what happens during that day.
The actual Wedding of the Sea started in 1445 back in Venice, where the Bishop of Venice would sail a boat on the Feast of the Assumption toward the cathedral in Venice. There would be a solemn mass and the blessing of the sea that would reunite the interdependence between Venice and the sea. It was brought to Atlantic City in the 1930s through St. Michael's Parish then. It was strong up until about World War II and then had to be taken care of from there. And then in the late 60s, it was brought back to Atlantic City by Father Pat DeBono, and it has grown ever since.
Wonderful. And so this is what number is this?
This would be the 51st anniversary since it was brought back in the 60s.
Wow. And what does the actual day look like? Like, what's actually the agenda for the day?
Great. The day starts at Boardwalk Hall, which is Jim Whalen's Boardwalk Hall, The doors open at 11 a.m. It will occur in the Adrian Phillips Auditorium, which seats about 3,200 people.
So if you're entering Boardwalk Hall, it's on the second level.
It's on the second level, right. You'll come in the main entrance, go up the escalators, turn left, and Adrian Phillips Hall is right there. The doors will open up at 11, and the Mass actually starts at noon.
With Bishop Sullivan, right?
Yes.
that's
Bishop
important once
Sullivan will
again.
be the celebrant of the Mass, as he has been for the last couple of years, and there will be co-celebrants with Father John Thomas, our pastor, Father Cesar, and Father Andrew, our vicars.
And so the Mass, and with after the Mass is the festival, right, Joyce? That's before you said you're.
You missed a whole big section.
I was going to ask about parking for
procession.
the
I
event.
missed the procession.
yes.
That's for the photographer. It's the
How
best
can
part
I
of the
forget?
day. What are you
Yes,
talking about?
yes, you got a fantastic
yeah,
shot,
that's right.
Mike.
That's my
Right.
favorite thing.
So
So the
the-
Mass
Right.
ends.
So what will happen is the Mass will start at noon. There will be a procession. We over the last couple of years have made this really multicultural. We involve our Vietnamese and Spanish ministries, as well as Italian, American. So what will happen is the Knights of Columbus, the Knights of St. John, will actually process in with the bishop. We have a ring bearer, we have a flower girl. Everyone comes in. The Mass occurs. 3,000 people will attend the Mass. In the offertory, we this year will have the Vietnamese dance group. In the last couple of years, they were girls, and this year they will be ladies. And they will do a really great rendition to Ave Maria.
Can't wait to see that.
Yes. The music is done by Kenny I Entertainment and his daughter Marie. So they will do all the music along with the organist at Boardwalk Hall.
Jim, for guests that were interested in attending, is parking available under Boardwalk Hall?
Yes, parking is available under Boardwalk Hall. There is a fee to do so. There is free parking behind Ducktown Tavern on Georgia and Atlantic Avenue. Across the street from Ducktown Tavern, there is a parking lot there. There's the Wave Garage on Fairmont and Mississippi for a $5 charge. And then diagonally across the street from it, there's free parking there also.
Thank you.
There's Jitney, I think, right? That can
Correct.
get you, if you park at Ducktown, it will take you to Boardwalk Hall, right?
Well,
Where's that?
what will happen is after we process to the surf and we have benediction on the boardwalk, there will be jitney service to take you from the boardwalk to St. Michael's Church parking
Got it.
lot
Even
for
better.
the festival,
Wonderful.
and then back. Yeah, and
Okay.
so yes, from that standpoint, yes.
So there's no reason not to come.
There's no reason not to come. There's free parking. There's service between Boardwalk and the parking lot. Music, multicultural food.
Can you explain, Jim, because I love seeing Mike's pictures every year from this portion of it when they actually go into the ocean and throw the wreath out?
Yeah, what will happen is we will process out from Boardwalk Hall on Mississippi Avenue, cross the boardwalk, and on Mississippi Avenue through the beach to the surf. Our great friends at the Atlantic City Beach Patrol will have a boat with 2 rowers. The bishop and the mayor of Atlantic City get in the boat. They go out, they row around for a little bit, and they throw a wreath into the ocean. And the significance of that is literally, that's the wedding part of the bishop representing the Catholic Church and the mayor representing the city of Atlantic City. And the real importance thing here is it shows the interdependence between the two, the city of Atlantic City and the ocean. The ocean and the beach bring people down to the shore, and we bless the ocean at that time.
Has anyone ever gone overboard?
No, actually not. We've had a couple instances. We've had a couple instances where the boat went about 90 degrees up, but
Those are the great pictures that
Yeah,
Mike has.
the beach
shot.
patrol.
Winning picture.
I've
Yeah.
joked around with Bishop a couple of times.
The beach patrol ensures us that he will bring his best rowers, so that if the surf is a little bit rough, that the mayor nor the bishop will go overboard.
Well, as the guy who always takes pictures of this thing, actually, if he can bring his worst rowers, because the one thing I haven't gotten yet is
That's right.
is Bishop being jettisoned out of the, and that would be I think that would get a first place prize
Right.
in photography, right?
Right
So.
now, what also happened? So after the mass, which lasts about an hour to an hour and 15 minutes, the statue of the Blessed Mother will be processed onto the boardwalk. Most of the people will go to the surf for the throwing of the wreath. The Blessed Mother will go across Boardwalk Hall to Kennedy Plaza. And one of the things that we reinstituted from 1960s on the boardwalk is benediction. So you will have the opportunity to have mass at Boardwalk Hall, process to the ocean, watch the ceremonial reef into the ocean, come back to the boardwalk, go to Kennedy Plaza. Last year we had about 300 people for benediction, and Father John Thomas, our pastor, will offer benediction there. You will then have the opportunity to either walk to St. Michael's parking lot, or you can take a jitney, and an air-conditioned jitney at 90-degree temperature is always the preferred way for me.
And so once they've left the boardwalk and head back to the what's the word?
St.
Church
Michael's-
parking
Thank
lot.
you very much.
Man, my brain is just not working today. So what's going to greet them when they get back to the church?
That's where the festival begins. And we have a lot of great sponsors again this year. Live music, face painting, games, raffles, and a ton of food options, which I was hoping Joyce could touch upon.
I can. We have Doc's Oyster House, who is cooking Cajun shrimp and flounder sandwiches. Peace pies is Father John's favorite. We have to have them back each year. They have gourmet ice cream sandwiches. St. Nicholas Greek Church has spanakopita and baklava and their butter cookies. I couldn't pronounce the butter cookies, so the Greek name, so I just went with cookies.
They sound good either way.
Yes, they are. Our parish community is making empanadas and tacos and street corn. We have a booth with Italian meatballs and sausage, peppers, and onions. We have Vietnamese shrimp spring rolls, egg rolls, and stir fry. We also have shaved ice, lemonade, beer, wine, iced coffee this year we're adding in. And we have live entertainment also. Tyler Sarfert, I believe is how you pronounce it, is from Mays Landing, and he will start off from 1 to 3. Teddy Fusco is from Margate, and she will also be singing for us. And we have our parish DJ Jose. He'll be our MC, and he plays a variety of music. And new this year, I haven't seen it before, but we have some Mexican dancers coming, so that should be fun.
Yeah, I'm anxious to see them.
Yeah, I feel like you're talking about all the food, I feel like I need to start fasting now.
Get ready for it.
I know, just want a sampler from each of them. They all sound great. And Father John before has raved about the peace pies.
Yes.
So I think I'm going to have to. And then as well, you got nice kid stuff. What is the Johnny Toss, Joyce? I've never heard of this before.
Well, that's because my family made it up. It's a toilet seat on a big board, and you have to throw toilet paper rolls through the seat. It's a lot of fun. The kids love it. And I believe they have this year for $10, you can have unlimited times that you can play the game. So you bring your kids, and they can play all day.
Mike, I challenge you to Johnny Toss at the wedding.
I'm in. You got it. All right.
We'll have to
Sold.
make our bets. But then there's also pottery painting and face painting as well. That's
Yes.
cool.
Yeah, we have a vendor coming in that the kids can paint their pottery, and she will fire it for you. And she's a local person, so you could pick your pottery up after it's fired. Face painting. We have religious articles for sale. And something else new this year is an adult game, the horse wheel, that you can actually bet money on the horses, spin the wheel, and you could win cash prizes.
Like I grew up near the Garden State racetrack, but I've never been on a horse before. This might be the first time. But and as well, I see there's also beer and wine.
Yes, Ducktown
That's
Tavern.
Great. I know, Mike, you're a connoisseur of beer. You like a good beer.
Sure. Well, not nearly as much as our number one fan, though.
That's right, Tom
the true
O'Shea,
beer.
yeah.
Tom O'Shea is the true beer connoisseur.
What about you, Becky or Jim? What are you excited at the festival? What are your favorite points?
I like the food. The Hispanic and Vietnamese do an incredible job. So you won't be counting carbs or worrying about fat grams on that day.
There are no calories.
And then the peace pie. I mean, their ice cream sandwiches are just to die for.
I did have that last year for dinner also.
Yeah.
It was a
That is nice.
big Chipwich looking thing.
You got to go early and get that because I believe over the last 2 years he actually ran out.
They've run out of the nice flavors. I had key lime pie last year.
Nice.
Okay, I think I'll make a beeline for that first.
I do want to mention, too, before you arrive in person, pre-registration is available for free, and you'll receive a Tanger Outlets shopping bag. They are one of our sponsors this year. Or for a $20 donation, you will receive the bag and 3 raffle tickets. So
And the raffle tickets are for our penny auction raffle. We have a lot of good prizes there. We have gift certificates, restaurants for go-karts for the kids, hair salons. Jagelki's Chocolate is donating gift certificates, and of course baskets of cheer.
Yes, and I have a note that Little Water Distillery is offering tours as one of the prizes as well. Atlantic City cruise passes, Back Bay Owl House gift cards, Gilcrest gift certificates, Absecon Lighthouse climbs, aquarium passes, and more. So you can visit weddingofthesea.org to register or our Facebook event page.
And with this event, I imagine this is one of those, it goes on every year, where you start planning for the day after the previous one.
Just about.
August 16th, 2018.
Just about, yes. We start actually in earnest right after Christmas, and then it's a real push from that point on till the 15th.
And so Jim and Becky and Joyce, do you have roots in Atlantic City?
Yes, I was born and raised in Atlantic City. I went to Atlantic City High School, and I've lived here all my life.
My mom did as well. She's a Palmentieri, and they grew up in the Chelsea Heights section of Atlantic City. Went through school right behind us at Our Lady Star of the Sea, which is great. It's a nice heritage for Atlantic City.
And I'm a transplant. I grew up going to St. Nicholas Church in Egg Harbor City, and when I met my husband and he asked me to go out for the first time, I said, no, I don't want to go out with him. He lives in Atlantic City. 5 children later, I love living in Atlantic City.
So this is good. This event must be awesome for all of you to really bring the community together in faith and just for a fun day during the summer. The whole family.
That's right.
It's wonderful.
There's
yes.
over 700 guests that attend the festival every year, so it's really nice, like you said, that it's community outreach, but it's faith-based.
And we typically get people that attend Boardwalk Hall from the Diocese of Camden. We do get a large concentration there, but they also come in from Philadelphia, Trenton, North Jersey, the boroughs of Manhattan. So it's a wide range. And every so often we'll get someone from North Carolina or Maryland that will come in. So yeah, it's a wide range of people and multicultural in fact.
You know, that brings up a question. I've never actually known the answer to this. How many people can be seated in Boardwalk Hall?
Adrian Phillips Auditorium will seat about 3,100.
Wow. Okay, because I've shot that and seen almost every seat filled.
Yeah.
And I've never really known how much was in there. I've always said thousands, but I wasn't sure.
Yeah, and we have standing room only on the sides for people who don't want to go up on the balcony. So we estimate about 3,000 to 3,100 people attend Mass and go out to the surf.
Which I think, I could be mistaken, I think that makes it the largest annual Mass we have in the diocese. I mean, Pete, you can't think of anything larger than that, can you?
That's great to hear. Thank you.
That number?
No, it is. That's one of the things we tell people is we really want them to come to this Mass, because I didn't come to it before I joined the diocese 3 years ago. I hadn't even heard of it before. And the first time I went to it, I was really just absolutely blown away. So much so that by the next year, we had drones out there shooting video and stuff. And I think the second year I was here, it was in a pouring rain, and it was still a blast. Still had a great time. Yeah, just having that many Catholics all together in public, the the benediction that's out on the boardwalk.
Yes.
I tell you, Pete, did you get a chance to stop by it last year? Because what really impressed me about that was we so rarely get an opportunity to live our faith in public anymore, just because of the nature of how society has come together. But there were hundreds of people standing in front of the Holy Eucharist as Father John was lifting it up, and people on their knees praying on the boardwalk for everybody to see. It was I got chills just looking at it. It was great.
You're right, Mike. Absolutely. I did attend the convocation for Catholic leaders a few months ago. We'll have presence from our young adult and millennial group there as well.
That's great.
It's such an evangelical opportunity to see I'm just thinking of to see the priests and the seminarians in black with the umbrellas usually, because it's hot, and the unsuspecting beachgoers, just sitting there on their towels.
Oh, that's the best part.
They're like, what?
They're like, what? Because we basically invade their space for a little while. They're going around, what the heck is this? And then they see Bishop and all of his regalia coming down, and then hopping into a boat, and then all this throng of Catholics coming down to the beach side. But what's cool is so many of them will come over and like hang out with the rest of us while we're there, just either to see the show or like everyone else seems to do. I did not expect this the first time I went, but just how many people went in with empty containers and getting some of that recently blessed ocean water.
Yes.
I mean, they go.
You're right.
It's a beautiful. You got the little old Italian ladies going in there, and then you got all these young kids going in there as well for the same thing, just to get that blessed water.
Yep. And what they'll do also is they'll wet their feet, go up to their ankles. Even the old ladies will do that, because once the sea is blessed, they hope that it will relieve their ailments.
Yeah. I didn't even think about that. I might have to bring a little thing to get some of that holy water.
You should.
I guess it is holy water.
Absolutely. Although you could just do what I do and just walk right into it. That's fine too.
It's not
Although
bad.
you know what, that's
not
actually
bad.
not true. I do end up I get wet. I don't get nearly as wet as Bishop Sullivan does. The last time, I think it was the last one he came off. That was the wettest I had ever seen him, because of those waves are so rough when he went out.
Right.
He was soaked. And I'm convinced that the mayor was holding on to him for dear life as they went out.
Yeah, they don't wear life jackets.
No. That's a lot of faith in God right there.
You're right.
Yeah.
But the AC Beach Patrol really takes care of them, and they're great.
They're the best.
Yeah.
They take care of them. They'll have a motorized vehicle on the boardwalk for the bishop, so he doesn't have to walk now from the boardwalk to the surf.
That's very nice.
And back. And like I say, Chief Downey will have his best rowers to make sure nothing happens.
Yeah. Well, like I said, it's okay. Okay, maybe not Bishop, but if the mayor wants to get kicked out, that's fine, because it'd be a great photograph. But no, it's go ahead, Pete.
No, sorry, Mike. I was just going to say, is there an almanac that has the patterns? Maybe not. We're almost we're a little less than a month out. The patterns for the tide and everything. I'm curious,
No,
to figure out the forecast.
what will happen is probably a day or two prior to the event, I will call Chief, and he will tell me whether there's riptides. If there are really strong riptides, what they'll do is they'll put the bishop and the mayor in the boat. They'll go out about 3 feet, throw the wreath, and come back. But other than that, they will go out.
Yeah, which I think I have seen once where they didn't go out very far, and I think it was the one summer where it was really rainy.
Right.
They just went out just in front of the breakers and did the blessing.
And throw the wreath. Yeah.
But it is a lot more fun when they go all the way out and really go over the breakers. That's always a treat. Because as soon as those boats left, you hear the entire group of people swell like, whoa, with Bishop. It's awesome.
That's right.
Like they're on a roller coaster out there with them.
That's it.
Yeah. And going back to the festival itself, man, I don't think we necessarily did it justice by how great the food is. I did actually do the tour of the thing. I think I bought something from every single stand last year. Man, the food is unbelievable, and it's packed there too. Even the rainy year we had was a really good turnout, and then last year with beautiful weather, man, people were just it was packed to the gills, but I didn't see anybody waiting in crazy long lines because you had so many food stands.
Right. Yes, you're right. And speaking of the festival, I just want to thank some of our sponsors here for a minute. Caesars Casino, Golden Nugget Casino Hotel, Knights of Columbus, Resorts Casino Hotel, Tropicana Casino Hotel, and supporters Just Right TV, Petrosh Big Top Party Rental, Boardwalk Tram Service, Relevant Radio, and many more.
We love it when Relevant's down. Matt Beardsley comes every year. Hope he'll make it this year too. I was going to ask, in terms of the sort of like the secular community here, certainly this is wonderful for us faithful Catholics, particularly on the Feast of the Assumption. But I'm curious, have the businesses around here really felt a benefit? Sort of like is this considered Ducktown?
It is. I think the Ducktown area really embraces this. Yeah. It brings out the Italian culture and, like you said, the faith culture throughout the city also.
Yeah. No, that's great to hear because, that's one of the things, that's so important about having a parish, particularly in an urban area, is because it can have a benefit to the community at large, not just to the Catholic faithful, that we have events down here that will bring people who might not have known that this chocolatier was here I heard the word distillery at one point.
Yes, Little Water Distillery. They're on Pennsylvania Avenue.
Yeah, you had mentioned the beer, but I think I'd like to find my way to that distillery before the end of next month, as a matter of fact, Pete.
Interesting. What is it called again?
Little Water Distillery.
Little Water?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm going to have to look that up.
Mark is one of the owners. He's been a big support this year.
Oh, that's fantastic.
And the city does embrace the event also. I mean, the mayor is a big proponent of it. This year, Congressman Steve Van Drew will greet everyone at the beginning. So, anything we ask the city or the ACPD, Atlantic City Police Department, which again gives us security in the hall, on the boardwalk, with the statue, to the surf, and then at the festival at St. Michael's parking lot. So again, we can't thank the ACPD and the ACBP anymore because they do a great job every year.
And is the St. Michael's Festival, we know the parking lot will be available. Will the church, can people go in the church and pray if they want?
Yes, the church will be open all afternoon, and the Franciscan Sisters of the Renewal will have adoration between 3 p.m. and 5 p.m. in St. Michael's.
That church is one of the most beautiful in the diocese, I really think. Because of that and St. Nicholas Church.
Right.
The first time I went to St. Michael's, because the Franciscan Sisters, they live right there. So they've done a lot of different events there.
Yes.
It's gorgeous.
It's just beautiful. There's so much history. And same with St. Nicholas. It's like the cathedral, and they were registered to be a national landmark.
Yep.
Yeah, that really. This is Mike. I would think this is probably my favorite event too, because of the history, because of the tradition, and just the fun.
You're going to make Father Adam cry that we're not saying iRace is our favorite event, but you know what? He'll understand.
He will. Yeah. He will.
He's been to this before. He knows. He was when he was a seminarian. He helped out with Bishop and at this event. So it's important. But the fact that it's so huge and so many people come to it, and I tell you, and the fact that so many people, not just from Atlantic City, come to it. That when I come up there, Relevant Radio promotes it out of New York and Philadelphia, and it really does bring people from other areas who wouldn't get a chance to see. And I'm curious, so since I've been here, it's been on a Monday, a Tuesday, and now it's on a Thursday.
Right.
Have you noticed any difference between what day of the week?
Not really. I think people work during the week, and we still get 3,000 people. They're off on a weekend, and we still get 3,000 people. So I think people plan around the 15th of August to come to Atlantic City, at least for the day, and to go to Boardwalk Hall and now to St. Michael's parking lot.
Speaking of which, though, next year is a Saturday, correct?
Yes. 2020 is a leap year.
Yes.
So we will go from Thursday to Saturday.
All right. I can't wait to see what it's like on a Saturday.
3 days of events?
No. It's
just
a leap
one day.
year. So the 15th of August next year will be on a Saturday.
Oh, you mean third? Okay, you'll skip Friday. Okay.
Right.
I was getting excited. I was like, oh my gosh.
It will leap over, yes.
Although that does beg a question. Each year, particularly since the festival started, it seems we're getting a little bit bigger and a little bit bigger. Do you have plans for what you'd like to see it in years to come?
I did hear a rumor that next year more may be going on the boardwalk itself, but I'm not sure if it is
That
confirmed
would be nice.
yet.
Oh, okay. There's something to look forward to for next year. If it
Little
happens.
teaser for you.
I like it.
Yeah, there's some thought of trying to bring the festival closer to Boardwalk Hall, and that would mean there's some open space about a block or so from Boardwalk Hall, and if we can get the permitting and everything together, either next year or the year after, that's an idea to just bring everything together.
Wow. No, that would certainly be nice. Not that it's a tough walk. I mean, it's
No.
only really, 2-3 blocks,
It's
maybe?
one block. It's 2 blocks down and 1 block over.
Yeah. So not a tough walk.
No,
Even in
and
a-
again, we have the jitney service, and it's free. The jitneys do not charge you, so you can get on a jitney. It's air conditioned. They'll drop you off right in front of the festival on Georgia Avenue, and take you back.
And it runs to about 2:30.
Yeah, exactly. And the festival goes from 1 to 7. So the day starts at 11 in the morning and it ends around 7. So it's a full day of family-friendly fun.
Right, and the address for St. Michael's is 10 North Mississippi Avenue, and at the entrance is off of Georgia Avenue.
Correct.
And you don't have to worry about the weather because we have a large outdoor seating tent and we have air conditioning seating inside Caremba Hall.
Well, I was just going to say, I love how in the summer months, this festival is kind of carved out its own niche because, you have Memorial Day in May, then you have June, and then July 4th. This is so far away from all of those that it's great. It's like its own little spot that people can mark their calendars for.
Yep.
Absolutely, and we hope they do every year, especially this year on Thursday, August 15th.
That's correct.
Okay, well, thank you very much. Oh, actually, we talked a lot about this event a lot, but we didn't really get a chance to talk about the parish too much. So it is this parish was merged in
Right.
2015 into the Parish of Saint Monica. And so I'm just curious, as the year progresses, are there other things in the parish that are worth sort of promotion or things for people to come and see?
Yeah, I mean, my friend Betsy and I started the Young Adult and Millennial group, so we're really trying to take off with that. And next Friday night is the Franciscan Sisters Adoration Night with the Light Up the Night, which was very cool last month.
Yeah, I went to
And-
that. You haven't been to it yet, right, Pete?
No, I'm going to go next week,
Yeah,
definitely. I'll be there.
The sisters just aren't going to like you anymore because you haven't been to it. But I went to it last year, and it absolutely blew me away. I mean,
Yeah, it's just beautiful to see. I went to the last one, and the sisters themselves do such a great job, and they're so into the community, and they're just a wonderful role model for young people, I think.
I agree. I think they're fantastic. I'm so thrilled at that. And actually, I think did I not just hear that they have there's actually somebody new discerning their
We've had her on the
Kate
podcast
Creel, yeah,
before. Yeah, Kate Creel is going into their order.
yeah, that's outstanding. So they've already had a really impressive and only having been here 2 years, and they have their first postulant.
Yeah,
I'm so excited about that.
that's just that's a marker of the great work that they're doing here.
And speaking of former podcast guests, there's another former podcast guest who's going into a
yeah.
different order, right?
Yeah, Nina Camioni, who
That's right.
we had on the program. She was one of our first guests, I think, first couple of years. She is going into the Dominican Sisters of St. Cecilia in Nashville, Tennessee.
That's right.
So say a prayer for Kate and for Nina for vocations, all wonderful stuff.
Yeah, but thankfully we have such fine sisters in the area that they're bringing these women into their fold. But yeah.
In July, also, too, we are starting to promote our Christmas activities for our Christmas in July, where we donate toys and gifts throughout the city of Atlantic City to the needy children.
That's great.
And what we also do for Halloween is we do the trunk or treat at Baderfield. Last year we had about 1,400 kids who otherwise may not have had a safe environment to do trick-or-treating. We do that. And then in Easter, we do the Easter basket distribution to the underprivileged kids in Atlantic City. So our youth ministries are very active throughout the year.
Yeah, I've always found that the Atlantic City Parish is a little unusual as compared to other shore parishes in the sense, and I mean that in the best possible way, in the sense that this is, while it's a shore parish, it's a year-round parish. This is,
Yeah.
you know, there's always something going around, whereas the other shore parishes may sort of wind down a little bit once September and October pass. But you
Yeah,
guys are constantly busy.
Yeah, you are correct, Mike. We also have food donation in our pantry that takes place once a week on Mondays.
Yep.
Is that correct?
Yes.
Which is a nice offering that we have for the residents of the city. One of the big fundraisers we have also is the Sister Seamus Walk.
Oh,
Right.
of course, yeah.
Yeah, and she just had, what was the anniversary of it? The 10th?
Oh, the 10th anniversary?
I believe it was, of the walk.
That's very likely, yeah.
For her,
Yep.
yeah, and we are working on renovating our school as well. So
Yeah, we
You
saw
had
those
a-
renovations come
Yes,
through recently.
yes.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's
How
amazing.
did that open house go?
it went
You had
well.
it a few weeks ago.
It was. It was a few weeks ago. It went really well. We have a nice project manager on board. Sash did some of the renderings with their projecting for it to look like. So any donations can be made through our Parish of Saint Monica, or any anniversary classes that wish to make a donation can do that also. If you're the 50th anniversary of the school or the 100th anniversary of the school and you would like to sponsor a classroom, or any donation could be made, we'd be happy to accept them for you.
That's wonderful to hear.
What is the parish website?
It is parishofsaintmonica.org.
Okay.
And
the-
if people want to go on and find more about the Wedding of the Sea, where can they go?
That is weddingofthesea.org or facebook.com/Wedding of the Sea Festival.
That's right. I love it. And we're down here on a Friday afternoon. This was such a nice time to come down. Everybody's been so kind, and the air conditioning is working great in the rectory offices right now. I'm very thrilled about that.
oh,
So
this is
that's outstanding.
very good. This is very good, comfortable atmosphere right
Yeah.
now,
And
and it
thank-
will be a wedding of the sea. I can't wait.
Yeah, I can't wait for it. My 20th anniversary is the night before.
Congrats.
So thank you very much.
Congratulations.
Thank you. So ordinary Bishop the evening before is down in Wildwood. We like to promote that one every now and again as well, but that doesn't have nearly the number of people that come out, nor your festival. But that's always a nice evening. So that one I will not be at, but I promise you I will be at the one the day after my anniversary. So we'll be.
We're looking forward to seeing you
Looking
guys
forward to seeing
there.
both of you there on Thursday, August 15th, Jim Whalen Boardwalk Hall, St. Michael's Church parking lot.
Thank you very much,
Thank
everybody.
you, Pete. Thank you, Mike.
Thank you
you.
guys. Have a great day.
Thanks, you too.